Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng Army, Navy at Air Force na siyang maghahatid sa inyo ng mga balita mula sa ating Armed Forces at iba pang impormasyon. Mga katropa, hanapin at ilike kami sa Facebook, Twitter at YouTube. DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
In conquering the ever-evolving threats, we train as one. Consisting of the ground forces, tanks, artillery, and engineers, working together as unstoppable force, from planning to execution, anticipating and adapting. With synergy in the battlefield, hence, we become victorious. Acting in urban combat to remote terrains, combined arms operation is the ultimate team effort where every soldier, every vehicle, every action counts. Forged in shared sacrifice. Unstoppable, adaptable, ever vigilant. Army at 127. Matatag na hukbong katihan para sa bagong Pilipinas. We train as one. Unstoppable, adaptable, ever vigilant.
Ngayong Sabado, sa ang inyong kawal, sabay-sabay nating tunghayan at alalahanin ang kagitingan at kabayanihan ng veteranong lumaban at nagbuwis ng buhay na siyang nagbigay daan upang ating matamasa ang ating kalayaan sa kasalukuyan. Lahat ng yan sa ang inyong kawal, Sabado, alas 8 ng gabi sa UNTV, your public service channel.
Mga katropa, para lagi kang updated sa inyong sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, siguraduhin naka-like at follow ka sa AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page at nakatune in sa 1134 kHz AFP DWDD. Panoorin ang weekly documentary program ng AFP Radio na Ang Inyong Kawal, Sabado alas 8 ng gabi. Simulcast po ito sa Inyong Kawal Facebook at YouTube channel. And keep up the good work sa team. Ayan, Media and Civil Affairs Group, CRS-AFP, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, April 24, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Happy listening to our listeners at 1134 kHz AM radio, and also happy viewing to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. And here are the headlines for our top stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Community pleads 14th IB to NPA hideout and food cache in southern Leyte.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
70 IB exhumes NPA couple's child's remains for proper burial in eastern Samar.
DWDD National News.
PNP-HPG seizes 1.7 thousand illegal vehicle accessories nationwide.
DWDD National News.
And Pertussis cases in the Philippines reach 1,566.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For brief overview of our stories, troops of the 14th Infantry Battalion successfully uncovered a hidden encampment and food cache belonging to the New People's Army at Barangay Buak, Daco, Sogod, Southern Leyte. This was after concerned citizens tipped off the said locations. The makeshift camp revealed supplies and provisions intended to sustain the terrorist group's operations. Among the discoveries were 3 20-liter containers filled with rice, reportedly sourced from contacts with the nearby community. 4th IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel Edgar Gabia emphasized that the NPA's presence in the area of operations has become increasingly unwelcome by local communities, citing the fear and instability they initiate.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 78th Infantry Battalion exhumed the remains of an infant believed to be the child of a former New People's Army couple in the remote area of Magkatingol in Barangay San Gabriel, Borongan City, Eastern Samar. Former rebels Genevieve Bajardo, Duro, and Brian Jacobe Encinas narrated the traumatic circumstances surrounding their child's birth, stressing the challenges faced by those caught in the conflict of insurgency. Moved by the couple's tragic suffering, the 70th IB, in collaboration with scene of the crime operatives and police office, facilitated the exhumation to afford the child the proper and dignified burial. 70th IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Bugaon reiterated the call for remaining NPA members to reconsider their allegiance and embrace peace, emphasizing the importance of family and the desire for a harmonious nation.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Providing the first-hand information, our correspondent joins us from Lasam, Cagayan with the latest update regarding Balikatan, particularly in humanitarian civic action activities underway in the said province. Go on for the details, Suzon Sagawok.
Rofh, this is a good news for the people of Lasam, Cagayan, as the Alanay Elementary School in Alanay, Lasam, Cagayan is one of the recipients of the Balikatan 39-2024 Humanitarian and Civic Assistance Program, as is set to welcome new classrooms. This initiative, a joint effort between the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the United States, aims not only to address the shortage of educational facilities in the region, but also foster deeper ties between the two nations. The 2 classrooms will be allocated for the second grade students, and the other will serve as a multimedia hub, catering to various faculty needs and facilitating interactive teaching methodologies. Renanta C. Caligiran, the school's division superintendent of the School Division Office in Cagayan, expressed his gratitude to the Philippine and U.S. Armed Forces for the constructions of the 2 classrooms. He said it will be a great help to bring about a higher quality of education and will definitely have a positive impact on the academic results of the students. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Colonel Tyrone Baryon, Force Engineer 1 of the USI Marine Expeditionary Force, said that the construction of the 2 classrooms is a proof of the Filipino support and appreciation for education. The groundbreaking ceremony for the said 2 classrooms was held on March 26, 2024, and is expected to be completed by the end of the exercise. This endeavor underscores the shared commitment of both the armed forces to helping provide local communities with essential facilities. This is John Sagaok reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sergeant Sagaok from Cagayan.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy reported a significant increase in the number of Chinese ships spotted in the West Philippine Sea a week before Balikatan Exercise 2024 kicked off. According to their latest data, a total of 124 Chinese ships have been detected in various areas across the side waters. Particular attention has been focused on Chinese ships near Bajo de Masinloc, Ayungin Shoal, Pagasa, Parola, Lawak, Panata, and Patag. Among these vessels are 11 China Coast Guard ships, 3 People's Liberation Army Navy vessels, and 110 Chinese maritime militia ships monitored from April 16 to April 22, 2024. Despite these incidents, the Philippine Navy assured that they remain vigilant in safeguarding the Philippine territorial waters and maritime activities in the region.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Bringing to our attention, Philippine and United States service members alongside the Combined Joint Civil Military Operations Task Force joined forces to conduct a 3-day community health engagement at Davila Elementary School in Pasaquin, Ilocos Norte. During this collaborative effort, service members went beyond their military duties, offering crucial medical and dental evaluations to the local community. Their presence significantly improved healthcare accessibilities and raised awareness about the importance of health and well-being among residents. Moreover, this joint endeavor between Philippine and U.S. forces highlighted the commitment of both nations to the welfare of the region.
Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in with more details about Westmincom Commander affirms commitment in sustaining peace in Zamboanga del Sur. Let us hear the update from Jai. Go on for the details.
Yes, Rofh, Western Mindanao Command Commander Lieutenant General William Gonzales affirmed commitment in sustaining peace in Zamboanga del Sur. This was his speech during the commemoration of the 3rd anniversary of the province's designation as insurgency-free at Barangay Dao, Pagadian City. He also lauded the efforts of the 1st Infantry Division and the Joint Task Force Zampelan for maintaining stability not only in Zamboanga del Sur but across the entire Zamboanga Peninsula. He acknowledged the indispensable support of local government units and communities in advancing the military's campaign, resulting in significant achievements over the years. Zamboanga del Sur was declared insurgency-free in 2021 following the successful dismantling of 2 units of communist terrorist groups operating in province. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
3 members of the New People's Army surrendered to authorities in Sariaya, Quezon. According to report identified by their aliases Papu and Berto, Papa and Kaabe, the surrenderers were formerly associated with the sangay ng partido sa lokalidad and the Southern Tagalog Regional Party Committee's sub-regional military area, serving in various capacities including as tax collectors for the rebel group. As part of their surrender, the individuals handed over firearms and ammunition, signaling their commitment to renounce violence and embrace a path of peace. In return, they received immediate assistance in the form of cash and groceries, with further support expected as their applications under the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program are processed.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Malacanang warned against manipulated videos circulating on social media exploiting deepfake technology to deceptively depict President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., issuing directives to the military regarding a specific foreign nation. The Presidential Communications Office promptly refuted the authenticity of the fabricated content, highlighting that the video is a product of advanced digital manipulation known as deepfake technology aimed to deceive the public. Highlighting its dangers, the PCO stressed its ongoing efforts through the media and information literacy campaign to combat the spread of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation. The PCO also assured of its close coordination with relevant government agencies and private sector partners to tackle the proliferation and malicious use of manipulated digital content, including the deepfake videos and audio recordings.
DWDD Armed Forces
Let us receive another news from the ground. Let us hear from Beth regarding Philippine Air Force Commanding General strengthens ties with Spanish Air and Space Force leaders.
Philippine Air Force strengthened its tie with the Spanish Air and Space Force leaders. This was after the fruitful visit of Philippine Air Force Commanding General Lieutenant General Stephen P. Farino to Madrid, Spain recently. During his stay, he engaged in substantive discussions spearheaded by SASF Chief of Staff General Javier Salto Martinez Aviel. These dialogues aimed to bolstering collaboration and boosting interoperability between the two air forces to confront future challenges effectively. Grateful for the gracious hospitality extended, Lieutenant General Farino underscored the significance of nurturing closer bonds between the Philippine Air Force and SASF. This is Beta Niete reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Tanyeta.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group proudly announced the seizure of total of 1,707 sirens, blinkers, and other prohibited vehicle accessories in various operations nationwide, spanning from March 25 to April 22. According to SPG Chief Brigadier General Alan Nazaro, these confiscated items were collected in strict adherence to Presidential Decree 96, which explicitly prohibits the use of the said devices in private vehicles. Among the seized contraband were 957 light-emitting diode lamps, 300 blinkers, 179 fog lights, 134 modified mufflers, 78 horns, 48 strobe lights, and 11 sirens. Colonel Joel Casopanan, the head of the HPG Special Operations Division, assured the public that their enforcement efforts spared no one, emphasizing that there are no sacred cows in their pursuit of justice.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health has reported a concerning rise in pertussis cases, according to DOH Assistant Secretary Albert Domingo. As of April 13, a total of 1,566 pertussis cases have been recorded across the country since the beginning of the year, with no sign of downward trend in sight. Quezon City, which earlier declared an outbreak of the respiratory disease, recorded a total of 19 cases with the said period, with 2 confirmed fatalities. Moreover, the DOH anticipated the arrival of 3 million doses of vaccine to provide protection against pertussis as soon as possible.
Armed Forces Radio
Let us hear more updates outside our station. Let us hear from Chris Bell about 7 wounded soldiers awarded with medals by 6th ID Commander.
Commander of the 6th Infantry Division and Joint Task Force Central Major General Alex Reliera led the awarding of medals to 7 soldiers wounded in the battle against the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters last Monday. The ceremony took place at Camp Shongko Station Hospital in the headquarters of the 6th Infantry Division, Camp Shongko Awang Datu Udin Sinsuat, Maguindanao del Norte. The medals are awarded to 2nd Lieutenant Niall Bastian, Sergeant Oliver Lanistosa, Private First Class Gerald Alawin, Private First Class Michael Composo, Private J.R. Alocada, all members of the 1st Scout Ranger Battalion, Private First Class Jericho Watil of the 92nd Infantry Battalion, and Staff Sergeant Roldo Romualdo of the 99th Infantry Battalion. In addition to the pinning of medals, Major General Reliera also provided cash assistance, groceries, and a basket of fruits to the wounded soldiers with the assistance of Lieutenant Colonel Erwin Felonco, the Assistant Chief of Staff for Personnel G1. It was reported that the 7 soldiers were wounded in an encounter with more or less 15 members of the BIFF Carialan faction, which resulted in the death of BIFF top leader Muhyiddin Animbang alias Commander Kagi Carialan, chairman of the BIFF Carialan faction, his brother Saga Animbang, the operation chief of BIFF Carialan faction, and 10 others in the skirmish in Barangay Kitango, Datu Saudi Ampatuan, Maguindanao del Sur. In addition, 1st Brigade Combat Team Commander Brigadier General Jose Vladimir Cagara turned over the firearms confiscated during the clearing operation to Major General Alex Reliera. Major General Reliera lauded the efforts of the joint forces in combating terrorism in the area of Central Mindanao and hoped for a more peaceful community in the area of Maguindanao del Sur now that the top leader of BIFF Caryalan was killed during the operation. He also encouraged the members of BIFF to surrender and return to the folds of the law and be a partner in achieving the peace and security in their area. This is Crisbel Lorenzo reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Crisbel.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, the Department of Health has stated a surge in measles cases, with 1,817 cases recorded from January 1 to April 30 this year. According to DOH spokesperson Albert Domingo, this marks a five-fold increase compared to the same period last year. He emphasizes that the spike in cases is not solely due to hot weather, but is primarily attributed to the measles virus, which can succeed regardless of the season. Moreover, the DOH urged the public to prioritize vaccination.
DWDD National News.
The recent surge in temperatures has pushed Metro Manila and the Pari into an intense heat wave, with record-breaking heat indices raising concerns for public health and safety. According to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, the heat index is forecasted to reach a blistering 44 degrees Celsius in Metro Manila, posing significant health risks to residents. As the heat wave intensifies, Manila Mayor Honey Lacuna Pangan has taken proactive measures by suspending face-to-face classes and transitioning to asynchronous classes to ensure the safety of the students. In the latest report, Naiya Pasay City is expected to experience a staggering 44 degrees Celsius, while Science Garden in Quezon City follows closely behind at 43 degrees Celsius. However, the most alarming observation comes from Apari, Cagayan, where the heat index soared to an unprecedented 48 degrees Celsius on Tuesday.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We are joined now by our field reporter who has been following the situation closely about second phase of Ugnayan sa barangay takes place in Jovelar, Albay. Go on for the details, Jess.
The 903rd Infantry Patriot Brigade, in partnership with the provincial government of Albay and various national government agencies, launched the second phase of Ugnayan sa Barangay. This marked another significant step towards the advancement of efforts to end local communist armed conflict through a community peace dialogue and serbisyo caravan held on April 19, 2024 at Barangay Florista, Jovelar, Albay. Under the theme Serbisyo kan Gobyerno para sa matuninong na Albayano, this initiative prioritized Barangay Florista, which is recognized as one of the cleared barangays where residents denounced the presence and influence of CPP-NPA terrorists in the area as a beneficiary of essential services and assistance packages to promote inclusivity, peace, and development. This activity brought opportunities for the residents to avail free services, which include free medical consultation with the provision of medicines and soap, free dental extraction, food distribution, and free haircut. The residents also participated in a peace dialogue with a leaflet distribution to highlight their roles in insurgency cessation. The Team Patriot, under the leadership of Brigadier General Jose Rique A. Laniog, together with the dedicated stakeholders, remains committed in delivering basic services and in supporting the government's NTF-LTAC efforts towards a peaceful and progressive Bicol region. This is Jess from Solcom reporting for AFP News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
In other developments, the Department of Migrant Workers has taken decisive steps to assist the families of the Filipino victims of the recent tragic flooding in the United Arab Emirates, including Dubai. The MW officer in charge, Hans Kakdak, personally met with the families of OFWs Jenny Gamboa and Marjorie Saking to address their concerns and provide updates on the circumstances surrounding their loved one's death. Kakdak assured the families that the department is diligently gathering reports, including police and forensic documentation, to establish a clear understanding of the events leading to the fatalities. Furthermore, the DMW is committed in ensuring that the families receive all entitlements and benefits due to the victims.
DWDD National News.
Despite the challenges posed by the ongoing El Nino phenomenon, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. assured the Filipino populace of an abundant rice supply. Speaking from San Jose Occidental, Mindoro, the president attributed their sufficiency to the government's adoption of new farming techniques and improved irrigation systems. Addressing concerns about rice availability, he also emphasized the positive impact of increased yield in irrigated areas, showcasing the success of government efforts in bolstering rice production. As the province contends with the effects of El Nino, over 2,000 beneficiaries received various forms of government assistance.
Armed Forces Radio report.
On the other line, let us hear from Bea about Westmincom promotes women's safety and empowerment through human rights seminar.
Yes, Rofh, the Western Mindanao Command held a one-day seminar on human rights at Camp Navarro, Calarian, Zamboanga City yesterday. Under the theme Creating a Safe Space for Women in the AFP, the event was facilitated by the Commission on Human Rights Region 9 with the participation of 20 military personnel and 10 civilian human resource from the command. The seminar explored crucial topics such as gender and sexuality, the right to mental health through Republic Act 9262 or Anti-Violence Against Women and Children, and Republic Act 11313 or Safe Spaces Act. Expressing his appreciation, Westmincom Commander Lieutenant General William Gonzalez commended the Office of the Assistant Chief of United Command Staff for Personnel of Westmincom and the CHR for spearheading this educational initiative aimed at women empowerment. And that's the latest update. This is Beatrice Amigable reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
Armed Forces Radio report.
From Davao Occidental, let us hear from Mike about 73rd IB empowers 51 graduates in Youth Leadership Summit.
Yes, Rofh. The 73rd Infantry Battalion empowered 51 graduates through another successful Youth Leadership Summit held at Barangay Lawa, Don Marcelino, Davao Occidental from April 19 to 21, 2024. This was in collaboration with the Youth for Peace Movement, Talbos Davao Occidental Chapter, alongside the support of Sangguniang Kabataan and the Municipal Local Government Unit. In this address, 73rd IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel J. Christian P. Mendoza emphasized the importance of instilling positive values in youth leaders, underscoring their pivotal role as a societal models. Under the theme, Kabataan para sa Bagong Pilipinas, strengthening youth access to opportunities towards a sustainable future, the 3-day summit serves as a comprehensive platform to cultivate the youth participants as peace advocates within their communities. This is Katropang Mike reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mike.
DWDD National News.
Now on to our next story. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. stated that the government is in the final stages of procuring African swine fever vaccines. President Marcos disclosed plans to commence the rollout of immunization shots by June or July as they await the production of the vaccine in Vietnam where it was developed. Last year, the Department of Agriculture Bureau of Animal Industry recommended the AVAC vaccine from Vietnam for certification by the Food and Drug Administration.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. proposed the connection of Mindoro to the national grid through a submarine cable, citing it is as the long-term solution to the region's power concerns. He emphasized the urgency of resolving Mindoro's electricity woes, highlighting the need for a sustainable and reliable power source for the island's residents. Moreover, the president provided assurance that the government is actively addressing the issues related to the power plant and substation tripping to minimize power interruptions. Additionally, efforts are underway to install additional cables to facilitate the connectivity between the province and neighboring areas.
Armed Forces Radio report.
For other updates, let us dig deeper about Philippine Air Force to deploy 6 FA-50 fighters to Australia for pitch black exercise. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yes, hello, Rofh. Good afternoon. The Philippine Air Force is set to deploy 6 of its FA-50 fighter jets to Australia to participate in the Pitch Black military exercise led by the Royal Australian Air Force. According to Philippine Air Force spokesperson Colonel Maria Consuelo Castillo, aside from the fighter aircraft, the Philippine Air Force will also utilize its C-130 cargo plane to transport support equipment for the training. He stated that this is the first time they will actively participate in an international exercise. As in previous instances, they only sent personnel to serve as observers. And over 100 Philippine Air Force personnel are expected to join in the exercise, which will take place from July 12 to August 2 in Darwin, Australia. This is your Gladly Gulchan reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gladly Gulchan.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
For an on-the-spot account, we turn to our correspondent Ella in Mandaluyong. Let us hear her update about Mandaluyong LGU recognizes Bantay Bayan's effort in BIDA program.
Good day everyone. The Mandaluyong City Government recognizes Bantay Bayan's good performance with regards to the success implementation of DILG's BIDA program Buhay Ingatan, Drogay Ayawan. Upon recognition, local officials said the activity aims to encourage the community to participate in pursuing peace and order situation within the city. Just recently, Mandaluyong City Police Station conducted mandatory drug tests among barangay officials and employees to ensure that no public servant and employees of barangay were involved in the wrongdoing, especially in the illegal drugs operation, which is one of the prioritized program of the national government in pursuing drug-free nation. Aside from Bantay Bayan, the three chairmen of Barangay Barangay Taas, Mabini J. Rizal, and Hagdang Batolibis was recognized for their efforts and initiatives. This is Ala Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado from Mandaluyong.
DWDD National News.
Leader sponsor recent fire that damaged 19 vehicles at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport parking area. The Manila International Airport Authority has instructed the concessionaire responsible for the parking area to remove the grass and cover the lot with gravel before resuming operations. According to MIAA Head Executive Assistant Chris Bendijo, the Bureau of Fire Protection is still investigating the cause of the fire. However, it is suspected that the presence of dry grass surrounding the parking lot may have contributed to the rapid spread of the blaze. In light of the incident, vehicle owners are encouraged to contact either Bendijo at the MIA Administration Building or PSI for assistance.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
That's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in 1134 kHz AM radio and in AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng